So
program design, I think.
Hey, you got a minute?
yeah.
Tony.
Hi.
Hey, got a minute?
Sure.
Good, thanks. Hey, listen, I got this meeting coming up, and I just want to go over an agenda stuff. I need a little help just setting up the agenda. Can you give me some pointers?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to remind you about some stuff that we already know.
All
so
right.
First thing you want to think about is how many things are you talking about at this meeting? Go ahead.
So there's probably 3 things we need to be doing.
Okay. And then what's the outcome of this meeting? Are you hoping to have some understanding, or is there a whole bunch of decisions that need to be made?
A couple of things. Well, there's some things we need to have a common understanding of so we can make a decision. And then there's another piece to it. It's kind of an ongoing development piece. It's not going to go away, but part of it is we're going to end it on this meeting. Others we're going to build and carry it on to the next meeting.
Okay, so question about the 3 topics. Are
Okay.
they related? Connected?
I think they are overall. I mean, we're looking at student achievement, we're looking at student work, and good instructional practices. So they are kind of linked with a.
Got it. I want you to think back to when we were kind of just talking about discussion and dialogue.
Yeah,
Remember we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about those 2
Oh,
things?
yeah.
Remember the difference between those 2 things?
Okay, so dialogue is some common understanding, and discussion is making a decision about something.
And then I want you to remember what we said about meetings is that it's one agenda item at a time, one process.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So do you remember some of those
Okay.
processes we talked about?
Sure. If we have a book, I know there's a book somewhere. It's got a whole bunch of protocols
Adaptive
to
schools,
it.
we got some other
Right.
stuff, yes.
So we've got some ways of doing things. Well, dialogue and discussion. We can do things like brainstorm. We can cull down things. I need to look at it. Yeah.
And then I want to ask you one other thing. What is your kind of outcome you hope for that group? I know you always working on your science department trying to develop them as a group. So what's the outcome you have actually for that entire process? If you were to reflect a minute on that.
Am I going to tell them that, or is that just me?
That's just
in my
you.
head?
I shouldn't say that because I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe your group is working on something together. I don't know.
Well, I think we're always trying to figure out how to maintain the ability to talk about anything we need to talk about, and keep the focus on that issue and not maybe
Personalize it.
personality pieces. So I want to keep that focus there, and get a culture of the group thinking that they're accomplishing things, that they're moving forward and making a difference. So I think those are important.
Sure. So do you have norms for how you do
Oh
your-
yeah, absolutely.
So an outcome for that meeting might be for the group is that you really adhere to those norms so that people's...
Sure. So we could revisit that. So at the end of the meeting then, if I maybe mention a couple things at the beginning and have those topics, I'll go ahead and figure out which process to use.
Okay.
And maybe even be overt and say, this is dialogue, this is discussion.
I would.
And at the end, a little 5-minute reflection
piece.
How'd we do
For the group.
How'd we do on this norm? How'd we do on talking on what we were, understanding what we were talking about, or whatever.
Yeah. How does that feel,
Nice
Kendall?
and
The
clean.
meeting
I
now,
like
that
I
organization.
like that.
Okay,
that
good.
helped a lot.
Good.
All right. Listen, thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it. And that was a minute.